Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Friday, the 5th day of June. This is CTV News. Tonight, small-town liquor outlets told they must be bilingual no matter where they are. A road warrior. Police applaud a man who trailed an alleged drunk driver. And off to the races. A Nova Scotia para-athlete chases her dream thanks to some special support.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. We begin tonight with the story of booze and bilingualism. A complaint by a customer who was not served in French at a small-town agency liquor store has led to a sweeping order impacting nearly 100 locations around New Brunswick that will now have to find bilingual staff. CTV's Josh Smith has the details.
14 months ago, Mathieu Casey filed a complaint after he was unable to receive service in French at this AMBL agency store in St. Antoine, New Brunswick.
Going to gas, buy my bottle of wine, and ask for service in French. Said so nobody can speak to me in French, and the answer was we only speak English.
Casey understands not every employee can be bilingual, but it was the encounter that felt different.
It was not even, I'm sorry, I can't speak French, which we are accustomed to. But when the answer is we only speak English, it kind of closes the door.
Following an investigation, the Official Languages Commissioner determined agency stores are acting on behalf of AMBL and must meet the same language obligations.
If an institution, a government institution, hires a third party to conduct the work that the institution is required to do, then the Official Languages Act states that the third party has the same obligations as the institution.
The commissioner says AMBL will now be expected to outline how it plans to comply with the ruling. For Casey, the decision comes as a surprise.
I wasn't expecting the Commissioner of Official Languages to give me a reason. So when I opened the envelope and it said I was right 100%, I was like, oh, wow.
According to this legal expert, the decision overturns a long-standing interpretation of how the Act applies to agency stores.
Is it of historical value? Yeah, probably. Agency stores in Caracat and Shippagan and Edmundston are thinking the same thing as the agency stores in Alma, Sussex, or St. Stephen. It's the same dilemma with regard to delivery in both official languages.
In an email to CTV, AMBL says it has received the report and ruling regarding AMBL agency stores. The Crown Corporation says it takes linguistic obligations seriously and will be carefully reviewing the report. For Casey, this complaint was never about a bottle of wine. It was about ensuring New Brunswickers receive service in either official language. Josh Smith, CTV News, Shediac, New Brunswick.
Police in Moncton investigating a hateful message spray painted on the wall of a mosque downtown. RCMP responding to the graffiti complaint yesterday morning. A police spokesperson wouldn't comment on the words, but did say it appears to be Islamophobic in nature. President of the Moncton Muslim Association says he wants his members to feel safe and secure.
And we saw that, and we were saddened and disappointed with this action because it's happening, same incidents twice in less than a year. So this is something that's concerning, and we would like the authority to take this seriously.
So we're serving the community. We feel that we're part of the community. We need the community to understand that being Muslim, that does not mean that we are not part of this community. We're not part of the Canadian population.
RCMP say they're taking the incident very seriously, continuing to investigate. The association says it will paint over the messages when the police investigation has wrapped up. A Nova Scotia man being lauded by police tonight for preventing what could have been a pretty serious accident. He was driving an HRM recently when he spotted another vehicle weaving all over the road. He called police and followed until they made an arrest, and the suspect is now accused of impaired driving. CTV's Stephanie Sikos has more.
It's not the call Brian McGregor was expecting to make. Last Friday night, he was driving through Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, when he spotted someone driving dangerously.
Then it got a little more kind of erratic, where it was like, okay, there's something wrong here, very unusual, and swerving, getting a little close to oncoming traffic, and then suddenly moving back. So I thought, okay, this is time to call 911.
McGregor stayed a safe distance and continued to follow the driver while keeping police updated.
My immediate thought is there are other people on the road. There could be pedestrians. There could be children playing. We need to get them off the road.
This went on for more than 20 minutes, with the driver going on the wrong side of the road, driving on sidewalks and lawns.
I was concerned. I was really worried.
Eventually, the driver was located by police and arrested for impaired driving. No one was injured. According to RCMP, McGregor did the right thing.
I thought the caller did an excellent job. Not only were they providing helpful information, they were calm, they were concerned for the public, they kept a safe distance, they alerted other drivers who were in that area.
Police say if you spot a suspected impaired driver, you should call 911.
Obviously, our officers can't be everywhere at all times, so we are relying on the public that when they see that there's a danger on our roadways, that they report it to us and give us as much information so we can attend.
McGregor is glad he made that call.
I happen to be a defensive driving instructor, and this is my 20th year teaching collision avoidance and avoiding this exact thing and dealing with this exact thing. So it just seems like the shoe fit.
At this point in the investigation, the 24-year-old man who was arrested has not yet been charged, though police say charges are pending. Stephanie Seco, CTV News, Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia.
Tenants are back in their apartment building in the Fairview area of Halifax after that crane incident we told you about yesterday. You'll recall there was an emergency evacuation after safety inspectors questioned the stability of a nearby construction crane. Crews worked through the night and by early morning determined the big machine was stable once again.
We understand this did create, obviously, a significant disruption for residents in the area. But the most important thing, that nobody was hurt. The crane was safely stabilized.
18 people from 10 households needed temporary accommodations overnight provided through the Red Cross.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Top-up payments for the Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit started going out today. St. John Liberal Member of Parliament Wayne Long was in Halifax to talk about his government's plan to help Canadians deal with rising food costs. Anyone who gets GST benefits will receive a one-time lump sum payment along with a 25% increase on each GST payment this year.
It would be great to say, look, we're going to offer this for all Canadians. We would certainly hear that. But we also need to be responsible, fiscally responsible as best we can. And we felt that, you know, the payment really needed to go to those people that are really struggling day in, day out.
An estimated 12 million Canadians are eligible for the one-time payout, and amounts vary based on the size of the household. Single adult with no children gets $267, and a couple with a couple of kids receive a maximum of $533. Lebanese culture taking center stage in Halifax this weekend at the annual Cedar Festival. Sights, sounds, and smells of the festival filling the streets of Clayton Park this weekend. The event kicked off today with special performances, all kinds of delicious food, and celebrations of everything Lebanese. This is considered one of the best cultural events Halifax has to offer.
We are so excited to have our 19th annual Lebanese Cedar Festival, and it is so important to us because we really get to showcase our Lebanese heritage and our culture to the broader community. We get to showcase our food, our music, our dancing, our traditions, and our hospitality as well.
And you've got all kinds of opportunities to check it out. Cedar Fest runs right through Monday. The star attraction of One New Brunswick community is now in place. It's actually kind of a homecoming. CTV's Derek Haggett explains.
It's over 8 feet high, 16 feet long, weighs about 1,000 pounds and cost $20,000. And now it's found a home.
I feel, wow, can you imagine running into this fellow in the forest of Albert County? We think moose are big? How about seeing a mastodon?
The Albert County Museum recently commissioned New Brunswick sculptor Robert Hansen to recreate the hairy beast who once roamed the region 80,000 years ago. Getting it from French Lake to Hopewell Cape, quite the adventure.
We contacted so many movers. Finally, because the size with the wheels, it was on trolleys, and so just to move it along because of the weight, it took us a while to find a truck that was going to be big enough.
One of the most complete mastodon skeletons ever found in North America was discovered nearby in 1936. 312 skeleton fossils were discovered. Now they're tucked away in St. John while the New Brunswick Museum undergoes renovations.
There's never been an exhibit of the bones in the 90 years since its discovery in Albert County. So it's important to really show our history.
Derek Haggett, CTV News, Hopewell Cape, New Brunswick.
Thank you, Derek. Okay, time for our first break tonight. Still to come, Kaylin's full forecast for the weekend and beyond. And we'll take a look at how Canada's new AI strategy will play out around here in the years to come. Coming up next, though, fears of flying.
Europe is not out of the woods yet in terms of availability of supply.
Airlines say not to fret about the jet fuel shortages we're hearing so much about, but experts aren't so sure. Details are next. Stay with us.
With Aaron and Peter. Move 100's $10,000 Move It or Lose It is back.
Register for your shopping spree starting Monday at 6 a.m.
Feels like a bit of a contradiction. Canadians are being told to pack their bags and not worry about the global jet fuel shortage. Air Canada says it's got enough to get by at least for the summer, but some experts have reservations about all this. Here's CTV's Jonathan McGuinness.
There's been a vote of confidence given to Canadian travelers by the country's largest airline. Air Canada is telling customers they have a diversified and sophisticated jet fuel supply, and the international shortage of fuel is not affecting their operations so far.
It's very reassuring for us all, but we do need to be realistic and realize that, fuel prices are going to have an impact, whether we like it or not, and it is going to impact the travel industry in some capacity.
CAA spokesperson Julia Kent is advising caution when booking air travel. She recommends Canadians plan ahead and protect themselves against potential disruptions. Just because the supply isn't an issue in Canada, it could be a different situation for international travelers.
Europe is not out of the woods yet in terms of availability of supply. I think that as much as the airlines say, are saying today that, there is no issue with jet fuel, I would be quite concerned about that statement.
Aviation specialist John Graddick warns that inter-European travel could face delays and cancellations. He encourages vacationers to leave the skies behind and hit the rails. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, John. Time for a quick little break here, but when we return, it's your complete maritime weather forecast. The weekend finally upon us, and it's not looking too bad. Kaylin's got the details coming up next. Friday night, 5th day of June, easing into the first weekend of June, and so far so good.
Absolutely, yeah. Had a nice, very warm end to this week for many parts of the Maritimes. Did cool down today for some eastern areas in the northeast wind, Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton, some of those locations. Tonight, we've got some cloud cover that's increasing around the region. It's going to be followed up this weekend by some rain and some showers. Now, the showers tomorrow, mostly for the province of New Brunswick. It's Sunday when the wet weather is expected to become more widespread for the Maritime region. So let's head over and take a look at our forecast timeline. First of all, already for tonight with with the increase in cloudiness, there is a low chance of showers in the province of New Brunswick, and a low chance that a few of those showers could clear over the Bay of Fundy and arrive in parts of the southwest of Nova Scotia. Now, any showers that do make it into, say, the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia should be coming to an end very early Saturday morning, moving into Saturday afternoon. Generally a mix of sun and cloud for the province of Nova Scotia, for Prince Edward Island, for southeastern areas of New Brunswick. Cloudier conditions, though, for the remainder of that province, and showers moving back into northern areas of New Brunswick, with those showers becoming more widespread in that province Saturday evening and Saturday night. And then moving forward into Sunday, it's going to be periods of rain for New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. Showers with the risk of thunderstorms for the province of Nova Scotia. Winds in the forecast for tomorrow becoming southerly, sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour with some gusts between 20 and 40. Since those winds will be coming in off the ocean waters around the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick and parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, any communities or areas directly by the coast directly feeling those winds will be held a little bit cooler. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight will be coolest around eastern areas of Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and the east of New Brunswick. There, some lows between 4 and 8 degrees. Temperatures will be a little bit milder towards the west of New Brunswick and parts of the southwest of Nova Scotia, where some lows will be between 10 and 14. Highs for tomorrow in the north of New Brunswick, 23 at Grand Falls, 24 at Plaster Rock, 21 at Bathurst, and 23 at Miramichi. Near 23 for Fredericton for tomorrow, 16 at around Campobello and Grand Manan, 21 at St. John, and then 22 degrees for Moncton in the southeast. Prince Edward Island on Saturday with high temperatures near 19 for Summerside, 20 at Cavendish, and 18 for Charlottetown, 18 at Montague, and then a little bit cooler at Surrey, close to 16 degrees. Saturday for Cape Breton, a mix of sun and cloud. High temperatures between 14 and 18. If you're on the north shore of mainland Nova Scotia for tomorrow, high temperatures close to 20. On the eastern shore, 14 to 16 degrees. 21 for Amherst and for Truro for tomorrow. City centers, Halifax and Dartmouth, though, feeling a little bit more of that cooler south wind off those ocean waters, which are sitting around 7 right now, so closer to 15 there. 23 for the Annapolis Valley, though, and on the south shore of Nova Scotia, coastal communities, 15 to 17 degrees. 20 at Yarmouth. Now, if we're taking a look at the extended forecast for New Brunswick, getting through that rain on Sunday, it's followed by a mix of sun and cloud for the start of next week. Temperatures rising, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. There will be a chance of some showers on Thursday and Friday. For Nova Scotia in the outlook, showers with the risk of thunderstorms on Sunday. Some of those showers may hold on in the province into Monday morning before clearing away. And because of that, Monday's temperature is a little bit cooler. After that, though, it's a return to high temperatures in the 20s, moving through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. A chance of showers on Friday. And for Prince Edward Island, we've got rain in the forecast for Sunday. May finish as a few showers Monday morning. That's followed by a mix of sun and cloud for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and a chance of showers on Friday. Bruce.
Thank you, sir. We'll check in with you before the end of the broadcast for the Wake Up Weather. Stay with us. Be right back.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Ottawa unveiled its new artificial intelligence strategy yesterday, aimed at adopting the technology into our everyday lives. And in case you're wondering, there is no stopping it. From jobs to security to safety, we're all in for a big transformation, according to the experts. CTV's Callum Smith tonight looks at what the evolution means for Maritimers.
It's both a major opportunity, but also a very big challenge.
And that opportunity for Atlantic Canada comes in several ways, says this Dalhousie University professor of computer science.
I think there's an awful lot we can do with regards to oceans and ocean health and our particular kind of agriculture, possibly uses of AI in national sovereignty and national defense.
Ottawa vows to boost AI among businesses to 60% by 2034. Build a world-leading supercomputer to boost sovereign infrastructure by 2031, and provide all Canadians with free AI literacy training. Another goal is to create 250,000 new AI-related jobs in the next 5 years and generate an additional $200 billion of economic growth. Digital Nova Scotia's CEO Owen Sagnas says the strategy sounds great, but details around implementation are needed.
Will businesses be able to adopt AI in a way that increases productivity? Will we be able to see the job gains that have been promised?
He says while some jobs will be eliminated, others will be gained. Nonetheless, he says the AI transformation is a must.
Canada is behind the curve. So if we're going to improve our productivity, if we're going to create new jobs, we've got to be on the leading edge of AI adoption.
I was disappointed that a lot of the talk about how we're going to improve safety and privacy for Canadians remains just that, talk.
Especially, he says, given Canada's track record on holding tech companies to account. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
Okay, time for one final break tonight. Coming up, bridging the gap for a rising track star. First, though, your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at downtown Halifax, where it's currently 12 degrees, fairly comfortable. Kaylin will tell you how to dress for the morning when we come back.
Lace up your sneakers and make a move for scleroderma this June. Help support the hundreds of Atlantic Canadians living with this autoimmune disease. For details on this year's walk-run event in your community, visit makeamoveatlantic.ca.
Saturday morning, I, for one, have grass to cut today. Am I going to get that done, or what? How's that looking?
Yeah, you can certainly do that, I think, in Nova Scotia for tomorrow, Prince Edward Island, even some areas of New Brunswick. Here's the thing with New Brunswick, there is a low chance of a shower first thing in the morning, and then after that, for northern communities in New Brunswick, there'll be some showers that return in the afternoon. Wet weather becomes more widespread for the Maritimes as we move through Saturday night and into Sunday. Bruce.
All right, thank you, Kaylin. Have a good weekend. Well, this is Nova Scotia Access Awareness Week, and Sport Nova Scotia is shining a light on bridging the gap. CTV's Brianne Foley tonight introduces us to a rising track star who is grateful for some special support that truly levels the playing field.
16 years of age, first major championships from the Newport Team Nova Scotia Athletics, coached by Philip Hadley. It is Chloe Dunbar of Canada in lane 7.
Sport helps Chloe Dunbar embrace who she is.
I started off with high school track and field, and I was just at my track one day, and my coach was like, "Hey, are you missing your arm?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And then he introduced me to para-athletics. I went to Paris probably, I think 6 months later, thankfully, to the Access Nova Scotia, and they were able to get me funding to go for para-athletics and get me classified.
As part of our broader diversity, inclusion, accessibility strategy, we identified a very clear gap in those high-performance para-athletes needing to travel across Canada or around the world sometimes to be classified, and we then decided to create a fund to address that gap.
Sport Nova Scotia provides the funding. Dunbar represents Canada at the Commonwealth Games for the first time this summer.
I'm so excited. It's an individual sport, but it's also such a team sport as well. And it's collaborated between able-bodied and para, so I'm really excited for that opportunity.
With the confidence and now the access, she can go the distance. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Newport, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Brianne. That is your late news for tonight, and that's it for this week, as a matter of fact. If you joined us late and you'd like another look at anything you've seen tonight, CTVNewsAtlantic.ca. It's your home for news, and it updates all weekend long. I'm Bruce Frisco. We're going to leave you tonight with the names of all of us here at Bell Media. Thank you for staying up late with us every night. Hope to see you again on Monday.